Every day I'm shuffling.
What is up, YouTube? This is Ryutachi, or PFC Ryutachi, here to bring you the second edition or second installment of my little series I'm trying to start of my one-shot series reviews. So, I was originally going to do this video a little bit earlier in the week, but I didn't really have time. So, without further ado, this is the second video. It's about a manga called Ability Shop. And I try to make this as short as I can. So it starts out with obviously the main character. He's playing soccer, and he's pretty much like that loner type. You know, he kind of sucks at everything. But there's like this one girl that has a crush on him. You know, a pretty stereotypical manga. But we don't really find out like his past until later on. So he's playing soccer, he gets kicked in the face, and you know, everyone's like, man, you really suck at everything. They call in the manga, they call him like an inept person. Pretty much he's like not a loser, but he sucks at everything. But he just laughs it off. So he goes home, and as he's walking home, he has like flashbacks of pretty much his schoolmates calling him inept or adept, and that he sucks pretty much. So he starts running and running, and he runs into the sign, and he breaks it. So I guess being a good guy, he goes in the store, I guess, to tell that, you know, he broke the sign. But then when he went in the store, it was a really weird store, and it was creeping him out. So he was about to leave out, but then the store owner came in and was like, you know, hello, welcome to my shop. And he was still like creeped out trying to leave. And then the shopkeeper mentioned that she knew that he broke the sign, but if he stayed, she wouldn't say nothing about it. So he stays there, he's still pretty creeped out, and she explains to him what the store is. The store is not your typical store. It's called the Ability Shop, and that's what the manga is called, obviously. Ability Shop. It's where you buy whatever ability you want. Like if you want to be smarter, you buy the ability to become smarter on a certain subject, or if you want to be strong, you buy that ability. And in order to buy these abilities, she puts like this big machine on the table, and it calculates how long you have to live. And it's pretty much like Death Note in that sense. Like it shows the year, month, day, minute, second of how long you have left. And each ability costs a certain amount of time. And pretty much like the better or the stronger the ability you want, the more it costs. So he starts off and he just like experiments with it. So he buys the ability to study more. And then the next day, she gave an ability. So the next day he goes to school, and they have like a pop test, and everybody felt it but him. So he's like, okay, and I kind of like this. And it only took 3. He had like, I want to say 70 years to live, and it took 3. So it's like, okay, it's not too bad. So he went from pretty much, the moral of the story, he went pretty much from being like a total loser to becoming like the popular guy. You know, he steadily bought abilities. And it was going all well until he hit like his 50-year mark. So he spent 20 years on different abilities, becoming more social, stronger, and all that. But eventually, what it boiled down to was the girl that he liked. He wanted her attention. But the more he bought these abilities, the better he became to society. So he started changing. I mean, he went from pretty much a nobody to the most popular guy in school. So obviously it started changing his personality. And then the more abilities bought, the more he changed, and the more he got pushed away from his former self and pushed away from her. So, like, eventually, towards the end of the story, she's like, you've really changed. I don't think I'll ever see the old you again. And it pretty much, like, shocked him. And he kind of went mad. So he went back to the store and he bought the greatest ability that a human can have, which more or less was kind of like, I don't know, like an energy blast. He pretty much bought like an energy blast of like key, and it cost him like 20 years. Because at the end he went down to 30 years. So he went to school and was like, hey, guess what I got now? So he puts his hand on the wall and he blows the wall apart. But obviously they're humans, so that kind of scares the hell out of her. So she starts running, and then her boyfriend walks up, and that pretty much sent him over the edge. I mean, he was already going crazy due to the abilities, becoming popular and whatnot. But when he seen her boyfriend up, he got furious. So he goes and he tries to blast the boyfriend. And I don't know how the hell this happened, but he totally missed the damn boyfriend, and he hit her, and he killed her. So that pretty much just, for real, set him over the edge. Like, this was pretty much a fusion of Death Note and freaking Naruto right now. So, the girl he wanted, he actually fucking killed. So he's pretty much lost it. The boyfriend's trying to save her. Obviously, she's got like a missing abdomen, so she's dead. And then the shopkeeper appears, and the main character, he's trying to save her, but obviously she's dead. So he's like, I know there has to be at least one more ability that surpasses a human, and I know that what that ability is. There has to be an ability to bring back life. If this ability can take life, there has to be an ability that can bring back life. And the shopkeeper says, why, yes, there is an ability like that, but it will cost you, I don't know, I can't quote it verbatim, but she pretty much said it'll cost you everything. And he said he didn't care about how much it costed. He would easily trade his life for her life. And that's pretty much what he did. So she gave him the ability, and all his pretty much soul went to like purgatory, for those who know what that is. And she ended up being brought back to life, and pretty much she forgot everything that happened to him, like those past few probably hours. But instead of actually dying, since he used that ability for an unselfish reason, since he gave his life for her, instead of actually losing all of his lifespan, I guess the shopkeeper took pity on him, more or less, and he's still in debt for that, I guess, 70 years, but she allowed him to live for that 70 years. He's just going to have to pay it back one way or another, I guess. So the end of the story, pretty much, he loses all his abilities. He's back to life. The girl that he wants is back to life. She don't remember nothing. And now he's like, well, now I'm going to become a better person, but I'm going to become a better person without the abilities. I'm going to do it myself physically. And that's pretty much the end of the story. So that's actually a pretty decently long review. But, I mean, it's a one-shot. It's like 40 pages. So, all in all, I think I really liked this manga. They changed the ending of it, obviously. I think this would be a pretty decent manga. Maybe like a few chapters. I think it'd be a really good short story for an anime. But like I said, all in all, it was actually pretty good. Obviously, you can't expand too much on everything, like how the hell was the shopkeeper so powerful that she can grant any ability. I did kind of like the fact that it did remind me of Death Note a little bit, and a few other series, just from the way it was. But like I said, I mean, I don't know. I think this is a good chapter, or not good chapter, but a good one shot. I definitely recommend you read it if you got time. So that's pretty much it. So I hope you like this one shot review, and definitely look forward to doing more. Because one, I like doing these videos, and two, I really like actually reading one shots. Because like I said, the two that I read so far, I thought they were pretty damn good. Like I would definitely see myself reading these in the future if they were longer, or even watching them if they were anime. So this is PFC Ryu Tachi signing out.